OMG, OMG. I can't wait for this week's JRTN. What are we going to do today? Well, first of all, we're going to need some coffee. I just stare at John when I want stuff. Another lesson about a knife who came to Babylon and found out that the pie don't taste so sweet. What are you people doing this weekend? Who's got the coolest weekend? Put it in chat. Put it in the chat. This is the highlight of our week, too, is having Murray Fife on. Do you know, this is Palm Beach Cam in Manalapan. Look at the Florida, man. Like... we're stuck in the lamest states. Look at how cool it is in Florida.
Yeah. Don't know whether I think the storms bypassed Florida. I know they came through last night through Georgia.
We just got hammered today in our city. The city of Dallas looks like a get out of here. It looks like a like it just got rained on. It's an epic simile right there. Goodness gracious. Well, how's your rainforest, sir?
It is rainy. So people don't know that North Georgia is actually a semi-rainforest, apparently. So
awesome.
So our tomatoes are loving the rain. They're being neglected.
Let's see if Il Duomo has a live cam, because Candace Edelin is in or around Il Duomo in Milan. Do they have a Milan Il Duomo? Like this one I have is just probably Florence. John, do you hear the dulcet tunes in the background of John playing the mando?
Yep. Just ting 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 ting. I would play, but play the guitar, but I'd be ruining everyone's ears.
Oh, I got the right Duomo. Look at that.
Hey, look, I can see her. She's down there in the middle right.
How cool would that be? Would you build knowing you'd never see it finished, Murray Fife? Is that your bare bones config? Is that gonna be like the Gaudi's work?
That's going to be my cathedral that no one comes to.
This is the best. This is a great test. Multiple generations of architects, craftsmen, masons, builders, and financiers worked on it, some for their entire lives. Most of them knew they'd never see the completed cathedral. See, I think that's probably where we found the issue, because the financiers were working on the project instead of funding it. They could have just gone and done work, and then they would have had money to finish it. Sometimes it just takes a uncommon genius to fix things the way they ought to be fixed. They started anyway. Candace is beautifully articulating what it means to build without even having anything to show for it. I just got back from 3 weeks in Italy and France. Never heard of them. Visiting Il Duomo was a highlight, but ancient buildings are everywhere. Most of the buildings we stayed in were older than 350 years. We crossed a Roman bridge from 3 AD. That's still in use today. Imagine how demoralizing it would have been in 3 AD. Like, what year is it? I don't know, man. We're only on 3.
And was it really 3 AD or not?
Yeah, exactly. Because some people say that the calendar was fabricated,
or was started. Yeah. Anyway, so but wasn't there a cathedral? Just on history, wasn't there a cathedral? I think it was one of the cathedrals that had a dome, and then the architect that designed it, he got fired or laid off, and then the king couldn't actually work out how to build the dome, so then they had to rehire him back. So that's another testament to having skill.
Imagine
he failed a couple of times and said, "Come back, please."
Imagine the eating crow, just like everybody wants the king to be decisive, and you're just like, and you just got that haughty architect. Oh, you need me now, do you? Compare that. These buildings weren't built to flip. They were built to last. Compare that to how we build businesses now, especially in tech. The last 20 to 30 years, the default mindset has been to build something you can exit in 5 to 7 years. A big payout. Investors need returns on their investments. VCs have funding cycles. The tech bro mythology celebrates the flip, the unicorn, the quick win. They weren't like the old financiers of yore. And AI has only accelerated this. Now we're barely thinking past the next product cycle. This is very long. It's not bad. We're just around the corner. Meanwhile, there are businesses in the MS Partner channel that have been around 30 to 40 years. Quietly thriving, supporting families across generations. Nobody writes TechCrunch articles about them. We're going to harass TechCrunch, I think, from our perch here. I'm not saying one way is right and the other is wrong. And with AI making it possible to build in a day what took once took years. I'm not sure it's even possible to build something that can last, but I do wonder what we lose when we can't think beyond our own timeline. That's a good thing, because you've got this towering thing that you're losing because you can't think past your own timeline.
On a similar note, I saw a meme on LinkedIn, and it was the whole theme of it was, this is me when I was 10 years old, creating my first email account, not realizing that I'd have to use that same email account 30 years later.
That's right. I still have an AOL account I thought it was so cool in college it was easier when you were paying for that modem thing and that your internet access. And you had to do that like modem connection. We actually should bring that modem connection back, as when we open up Joe Reads the News, we should just do that. And the robots will be getting their revenge, like you tried to cut out our music. Il Duomo exists because generations of people committed to something much larger than themselves. Is that kind of long-term thinking obsolete today? No, we say. Anya Chichersky says, I remember when we started the business, my partner talking about one day selling it, and I couldn't imagine growing it to that level. 17 years later, and we've explored selling multiple times. It just never makes sense. You've created a great business. I suspect it's got a lot more life in it. Karen says it's amazing, right? You definitely should. Oh, look at this cool spires. Well, they win the old algorithm.
While you're typing the algorithm award, another thing I heard, I think this is true, and I don't, but probably the college is wrong, but let's just call it Yale. They had a main sort of large meeting area or something, and we had great big oak beams in it. And after like 200 or so years, then one of the beams started to look a little bit wobbly, and they said, what are we going to do? We can't really get a beam this big. And then they went out, and the people that had built the building had the forethought to plant oak trees. And there was a great big oak tree, and they cut it down and made it into an oak beam. But they had the forethought to go out and say, this is going to last for like 200 years. We need to have an oak tree to fix it. Partially true. I think that's a mostly true story.
Well, I'm telling Candace, I'm welcoming her to semi-regional partial fame. Good luck being the same person through that storm. Well done. Oh man, I have to defer again. I'll get with Thomas. So, Murray, I've been looking at business acquisition lately, like car washes and laundry, like little stuff, like the smaller, just snack businesses.
Are you trying to launder money?
Well, like I'm gonna get a pizzeria chain. So, I got these children, and part of what I want to do for the children is pay for their college or help them with college. And so I'm thinking that if I'm frugal, or not frugal, but if I'm industrious and I'm able to get a set of businesses locked in, like if I wait long enough, businesses could chip away at that college fund. Isn't that a great idea?
I'll follow your progress.
The idea is that I don't want any of those businesses that don't make me any money. I want the ones that make me money no matter what, and I don't have to do much to help it. That's the kind of business I like.
My wife and I are buying a magnet stamper, so we can make our fortunes at 23 cents a time. So
it's all about the volume at that point.
Yeah.
Well, but you're undefeated at volume. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. I don't, how much do you want to read Ishver Dusko's social lead at Notion? Notion's in the news a lot lately, and they're promoting, and there's a little confessional here. I work at Notion. Do you think you could tackle this? Is it large enough for you? Do you want me to amplify it?
No, you can make it smaller. I've got a big screen, but let me. Yeah, and I'm not even going to say Ish's last name, because I'll probably butcher it. So, and what do they do? So their AI workspace. Also, their AI automation, I guess. So I work at Notion, and I spend a lot of my time thinking about how to leverage storytelling to grow. Here's what I've noticed talking to early stage founders. Almost everyone underestimates how much perception drives growth. Starting a company is no longer just about building a great product. The best product in a category still loses to the one that people know, trust, and can talk about. And the fastest way to build that perception today is creators and content. Sponsorships, UCG, Founder-led content, M dash, so AI generated. Getting out there is the whole game. But most founders try to do it from scratch, one manual post at a time, and burn out before it compounds. So I'm sharing my personal creator stack, including, wonder how much he's charging at the end.
Let's hold on a second. Let's see how many check marks there is. Check it out.
Powered content, a custom Notion. Let's paraphrase this. Otherwise, we'll be talking about this forever.
Wait, are you busy or something today?
I've got to protect my voice.
That's right. So everybody go buy Ish's stuff. Free credits and this. You get lovable secret. I don't think you should put lovable and secret right in that order. Secret lovable might be actually more scandalous. You get a social media calendar and you get some sketchy drawy of him. Been cool. John, can you play the first part of Lagrange? How. John's plinky plunkying it together.
John's a professionally trained plinky plunky, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good plinker, man. He's like this guy. He's got his mandolin is this great old what's it again? Washburn from the 80s. It's like an Elvis thing, like where somebody hands me a guitar. I don't know actually any of the notes. Well, you can do my plinky plunky. John is learning a little bit of the flamenco stuff that I learned when I was in Spain, when I was in España. Is that the right one? Or is it the other way around? I'm going to bring my classical guitar in and I'll play whatever little estudios that I know. I love what I turned into. Who's the guy, the little Puss in Boots, man. Murray, you know all the coolest stuff. Look, there are more check marks, check boxes. Holy mackerel. Ben Cole's out there. Look at this guy.
Hey, everybody. Ben here with Ruck Software, welcoming you to episode 25 of Feature Friday.
Episode 25? This is like a mini series, but only like instead of Dallas, it's like BC. Feature Friday. Who's your furry friend there I hear in the background?
That is Spanky. I would pick him up and show him to you, but he's like 80 pounds. And I'd pull out my back.
Oh my gosh, that's a huge pups. We want to read some stuff. Nico DeLeo says, oh, sorry, wrong room. I was looking for the news. We don't know what that was a response to because that could have been Plinky Plunky, and it could have been a number of things. It could have been live cam. Christine Chevalier says, you mean like Victor's Kitchen? So we were talking about acquiring businesses, or there might have been something earlier. Christine will tell us. Victor's Kitchen. It's never done. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a great joke. So when we were on our first project, Murray, our buddy Victor was working on his kitchen in his house. That's where the kitchen is. And he was like opening up the rooms, expanding it, like 100,000 things. And like the joke was that he had to have everything like be top notch, perfect, like hand picked, hand procured or whatever. And it was like Gaudi's thing in Barcelona, the great cathedral, Sagrada Familia. And I think that like the cathedrals, I think it's going to outlast him, the kitchen rebuild. It was like 12 years ago or whatever it was, 14 years ago.
So sort of like the Winchester Mansion.
Exactly, yeah. Vin Castra.
Now, that would have been an implementation that would have been great to be on as a worker.
Oh my gosh, you would have just been renewed 1,000 times.
Yeah, change plan. I don't care. Let's just put an upside down door over there. Okay.
Christine says the unfinished cathedral of Victor's Kitchen. That's hilarious. Where's this thing? I gotta get this thing out of the way. Oh well. So yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, it took forever and it was a running joke, and that project was so crazy. That's where I met all my friendos. 24,000 square feet, 1886 to 1922, Winchester, whatever mansion. Have you visited this, Murray?
No, I haven't. It'll be great to go and see.
San Jose.
Because she had stairways to nowhere to confuse the evil spirits.
Oh, that was not land. Where's Dallas? Ham Cam. This is in Smithfield, Virginia. They have ham. Nothing's really happening here at the Ham Cam. Oh my gosh, America. All right. Anyway, Ben Cole says if your job queue fails in BC and no one is around to hear it, did it ever really even run? He's going deep this week. Listen up, because it's trying to tell you something. Feature Friday, episode 25, double whammy. Posting group warnings plus job queue failures. They got COGS and direct cost applied catch sales purchasing issues. One of my favorite parts is how quickly these issues can be identified. Join us June 23rd, 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central, where Ben will show up just from the shoulders up with a BC background. I don't know if we've been liking everything along the way. We haven't gotten very far because it's been checkbox central. Eesh. When the job queue fails, my blood begins to boil. This is a great feature. Thanks, Laura. I would recommend turning on the function to email as soon as a job queue fails as well. Monitoring is great, but proactive notifications are even better. Rux software. Everyone go.
Did someone just photobomb his post, or is that his?
Which photo?
No, so he's got his post there, and someone put a post to a webinar. Is that his?
Oh, Rux software is his. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He now works for Rux. He's a Ruxer. He used to be a BC or BC Toolkit, or I think he still has that, but now it's for Rux. They merged. We should have a whole merger section where we have this big cow that comes out and merges onto the highway. Maybe not.
On a side note, have you ever seen the ERP Graveyard?
No. What the heck?
Do a search for ERP Graveyard.
Four systems.
So, it's This hasn't changed. This has been around for a long time, but it sort of illustrates the consolidation of the ERP systems. So anyway, just a side note.
That's cool.
Anyway.
But yeah, Mapix was eaten.
Yep.
Main core throughput. We gotta go through here and pick names out of the graveyard. Dead man's boots. As soon as you merge, you got to give up your boots. I'm mixing metaphors a little bit. If you want to read Rick McCutcheon's post, this is a shorter one.
Yeah, this is an easy one. Microsoft partners are being asked to cover more of the Microsoft stack, from business applications and Azure to security, modern work, and AI. In my latest Partner Talks article, I look at why Liz Halen and Molly Fuchel are building partners in Vibe 2.0 conference around private peer-led learning from Microsoft partners. Hashtag Microsoft partners, hashtag Partner Talks, hashtag Partner Vibe, hashtag Dynamics 365.
Hashtag Partner Talks it looks like it's in motion. I went to the Vibe in South Padre Island. I was cool. I was a cool guy. It's the coolest guy around. You have to sign up to be a partner or do a session or something here. Partner In's 2.0 Vibe conference is somewhere. Plinky plunky. Okay, Partner In. What do you got to do the event? Where's the event? Where is the event? Post. Anyway, go to Partner In and go to the event. Or be square. We liked Rick McCutcheon's thing. We're just flying today. Boosted.ai promoted. Says you've got the investing instincts. Now get the tools. Link your brokerage and get an agent for each of your holdings. Try Alpha for free. You are never outsmarted, just out-resourced. SpaceX. Social programmatic communication disorder. Oh, it's up, it's down, it's down, it's up. The average SpaceX buyer post-IPO is almost underwater after 2 days slide. That was just yesterday, Murray. Do you know how much changes in like a mere 12 hours? Can it overtake? I love how the news races the companies. Do you like this? 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 3 trillion. And it's like, hey, and they're off. Microsoft's out on the lead. Nvidia stanked everybody. Yahoo Finance. We're going to break a very, very, very strict habit of not clicking on any news. We were only doing this for the race.
It's the 5th most valuable.
Yeah. I better see a good chart. And Microsoft's up 33, jumped to 31, Nvidia 63% on the lead. I think I need to write some Claude inspired code to do like a race. For company size,
you could have little horses. Years ago, we were in Vegas and we were down in the basement or somewhere in the parking space, and the game we played was this little horse race that we had to push things and little horses moved. It was all mechanical. It was the only game that didn't steal our quarters faster than anything else.
That is the coolest. My internet may be glitching at the moment.
I think you could just roll with it. Keep on going.
Goodness, groceries. If anybody can hear us, we're coming back in. I think we're okay. think we're restored. Is that better?
That's better.
Sorry, I was interrupting your horse thing because I thought you weren't talking. So you had a horse game?
The it must have been like a 50s horse racing game. It was old and just had little plastic horses or metal horses. It might have been back then.
Metal horses. I remember this actually. It showed up on. I remember this because this is around my grandmother's house, and then let's see. I think I'm gonna turn off the live feeds. I think that horse race game vintage or whatever. Are we back yet?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And it's all danky. Can you hear me?
You're skipping in and out just a tad.
My whole screen turned green. All right, I'm back. Okay, yeah, it just started moving again. And Murray, we should probably wrap up just in case it blows out again.
So, adios, amigo.
All right, thanks for joining, sir.
It was my pleasure. I'll party crash anytime.
See you, sir, and see you, everybody. I hope you guys have a great weekend.